Good morning, everybody. Robert here. I'm all dressed up with my t-shirt that I got from the kids when I retired, and their names are all over it. I'm in my favorite pair of shorts. Of course, plaid is me. I have no socks on, so I'm going to try to feel the ground with my feet so that my balance will be better. And I'm outside on my deck. You can hear the bird behind me. Well, it's not a bird, it's a chipmunk. Actually, sometimes I get the grackles mixed up with the chipmunks. Anyway, today's video is called A New Full Body Workout for Seniors. And it's got some brain gym stuff in it. But I can tell you that we're going to do a warm-up with brain gym exercises, which involve a lot of crossovers so that we activate both sides of our head. And then we're going to gently work into the major body parts. We're going to do the shoulders. We're going to do the hips. We're going to do the knees. And then we're going to cool down with the Golden 8 again, except a little bit different. I think what we'll do after the Golden 8 is go down on the mat and do some Stuart McGills low back exercises. Again, just so that you don't leave those out today. And then maybe 1 or 2 stretches, and we're going to hold them today for 2 whole minutes. And at the end of all of that, we're going to do a special drink up. Very special. You'll want to watch that because it involves a machine. Yes. And after all that, and I shut you off, I'm going to go for a bike ride. Just maybe a 5-10 minute bike ride around the flat streets in my neighborhood because I got a new bike, and I'll show you the bike too. Are you ready? Let's begin. We'll begin with the static crossover exercise known as a Cooks Hookup. It's called a Cooks Hookup because Mr. Cook invented it years and years ago. I used to use it when I was teaching my kids to turn on both sides of their brains so they would be smarter. So we're just going to cross our legs, put one foot on the other side of the other one. I'll back up a little bit so you can see it a little bit here. So I've got my legs crossed over. I'm standing flat-footed, looking straight ahead. My legs are crossed at the ankles. Take my arms out like this, put the wrists on top of each other, hands pointing down, grab my fingers and bring the arms up to my heart. So now I'm very crossed, and I have lots of positive things to think about today because the weather is spectacular. The sun is not around the back of my house just yet, but you can see it behind me. And I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to think about the warm weather. I'm going to think about all the buds and flowers that are coming out on all the trees and bushes in my yard. I'm going to listen to the birds. And I'm going to just be positive for maybe 10 seconds. Here I go. Eyes shut or eyes open. You choose. There you go. Open your eyes. Uncross everything. Shake it out. Now, I don't know if you can remember which way you crossed, which arm or which leg you crossed, but let's try to cross the other way. So, if you get it right, good. If you don't, that's okay too. I'm taking this leg and putting it in front and on the other side of the other one. Feet flat on the ground, toes and feet pointing straight ahead. I'm going to cross this one over this way this time. Yep, that's the awkward way to do it because I don't remember it feeling that strange. And then folding my arms up and putting them on my heart. And I'm going to close my eyes, and this time I'm going to think positive things and enjoy the spring for 20 seconds. Eyes closed. Eyes open. Uncross everything. That's a Cooks Hookup. You can do a Cooks Hookup sitting down. You just cross your feet. Cross your hands or your arms, grab your fingers, place this on your heart, and think positive things. Cooks Hookup. Now we're going to do a little bit of dynamic crossing over Dynamic means moving. And we're going to start by just taking our leg and putting it in front of the other one and touching our toe, right? Like that. Pretty easy, eh? And let's just cross our arms gently in front of us. We'll use the music from the backyard, but if you've got some tunes and you want to play them, you go right ahead. If that motivates you, that's good. But today I'm going to be motivated by being out in the yard and listening to nature. So my arms are gently crossing over. I can cross them the same way each time or change as I cross them. And I'm just tapping in front, but on the other side, so I'm crossing my legs. Keep crossing the arms, but I'm going to change my feet and I'm going to cross behind, tap behind. Don't forget to cross the middle of your body. We want to turn on both sides of our brain. Feeling a little warmer? That's good. I'm going to cross in front again. And then behind when I'm ready. Standing up pretty tall. Now I'm going to touch my ankles or my foot with my hands. So I'm bringing my foot up across the middle of my body and I'm reaching down and touching. Now maybe if I touch my knees, I could cross over better with my arms, but still bring your legs up. Good. Now I'm going to touch my heels behind as I cross my legs behind. And this is what it looks like. You don't have to turn around. I'll just show you what it looks like from the back. Crossovers. Brain gym. Now I'm going to do the front and the back. And the front and the back. A little coordination involved here. Hey, what happened there? Front and back. Hey, I switched sides. Just keep moving. If this is too complicated, keep crossing over. Now I'm lifting my legs up high and trying to reach my elbow to the opposite knee. Get those legs crossing. Kick with your ankles on the side. Cross over with your arms. Touch your elbows to your knees. We'll at least try. Now I'm getting warmer. Good work. Back to tapping in front. Crossing the arms. Tap behind. Cross the arms. Slow down. Take some breaths. And now if you have a chair, for the last brain gym exercise, last crossover series here, if you have a chair, sit down in the chair. You might have seen me do this before in one of the other videos, but this brain gym exercise is called the owl, because the owls have really flexible necks. They can't spin their head all the way around, but they can go quite a extreme range of motion. And your neck is controlled by lots of muscles, but the main one is your trapezius muscle, and it goes up into your neck and then down over top of your bony shoulder ridge here, and then down over the back, covering your shoulder blades or your scapula. Of course, on both sides, your trapezius muscle. So what we're going to do is take the opposite hand, cross over, and cup the trapezius muscle on the top of the shoulder ridge, and push with our fingers into our back here, into the trapezius muscle, to get some blood coming into there, some extra blood. We're going to really, really push, squeeze, and then we're going to take our leg, and if we've used this side of our body to reach over here, we're going to use the other leg, okay, the other leg, and we're going to stick it out straight in front of us, and we're going to point or flex our foot up to the sky like that. So the leg is straight and my foot is flexed up straight like that. Okay, and as it's pointing up in this special Brain Gym owl crossover, I'm going to take my head and look up to the sky and hope that I don't see any clouds. So I'm squeezing my shoulder, my trapezius. My leg is straight, the opposite leg. My foot is flexed, the toes are pointing straight up, and I've got my head way back and I'm looking up at the sky. Good work. Just relax the best you can, but keep squeezing. The owl. So now I'm going to bring my head down into neutral, and my foot's going back underneath the chair, and then I'm going to lift my heel up and put my toes on the ground. So it looks like this. You can't see, I'll back up. Kind of looks like this. Point your toe, lift your heel up, and put your chin on your chest. So when I'm looking down with my chin on my chest, I'm still squeezing. When I'm looking down with my chin on my chest, my heel is up. I'm on my toes or the balls of my feet like a ballerina on that side of the body over here, this foot. And hold it there. Okay, you can put that foot down flat, bring your head back into neutral, and then look to the side away from the squeeze. And slowly come back into neutral and look into the squeeze. And slowly come back into neutral and relax the arm and shake it out a little bit. Let's do the other side. I'll get a little closer to you again. So I'm going to reach over and grab my trapezius with my fingers, and I'm placing my palm on the ridge, the trapezius or shoulder ridge here, digging my fingers into the trapezius muscle. It's a big muscle. Don't forget, it controls the neck and lots of things in your shoulders. So I'm digging I've got a crossover going on here, I'm digging it in. So if this is the hand, that means this leg here is straight out with my foot flexed. I'm sort of sitting on the edge of my chair too so that I can get my leg straight. So my leg is straight, I'm flexing my foot. I've got the owl crossover going on here, and I'm look up at the sky. I'm really digging my fingers into my trapezius. I need lots of blood there because my neck is way up high. My head is bent back. So I'm holding that for about 10 seconds. You can hold it longer. If it feels good, great. So now I'm going to slowly bring my head into neutral as I bring my foot back and do that ballerina thing with my heel way up high, and I'm on the balls of my feet or my toe. And then my chin goes down to my chest. I just saw my cat run down the sidewalk chasing a chipmunk. As long as she doesn't bring it into the house. You hear it? Chip, chip. Heels up high. Ballerina toes. Chin down on your chest. Arm crossed over, digging your fingers into your trapezius. Slowly come up with your head into neutral. Put your foot flat. And then look away from the squeeze. And then slowly into neutral and look into the squeeze. Keep digging those fingers into the trapezius. And slowly come back into neutral, let go, shake that arm out. Now, since we're on the chair, and by the way, that's the end of the crossovers, the brain gym, accessing both sides of our head here so we're smarter and we can do the exercises better. So that's the end of that section. And I think now what we're going to do is, since we're in the chair, do some squats before we get to our shoulders. So we're going to do some squats, just a few. So I'm going to push my chair back. I'm sitting up nice and tall, and I'm just going to stand up and sit down and reach for the chair. Sit down. Notice when I stand up, I don't bend over like this to get up. I keep my torso pretty vertical. I can lean forward a little bit because I have to get up, right? And I have to use my quads and my hamstrings. Push down on the bottom of my feet. There's the chair, up I go. So let's just do 10 of these. And then we'll start with our shoulders. Every time I come down, I reach for the chair to make sure it's there, and then I push my butt into the chair. My gluteus maximus. My butt cheeks. My glutes. I've got a gluteus minimus too. Are you counting? You like my shirt? They signed the back too, the kids did. 3 more. Hey, that's more than 10. That's okay, 2 more. 1. Okay, good work. We're going to start with the major body parts, shoulders first. So I'm just going to stand in neutral with my feet shoulder width apart. My toes are pointing straight ahead, and get the arm here and just going to cross it over and back. Notice my palm. Well, I'm going to turn it the other way when I go back, this way. Pull the energy over and push the energy back. Try to keep the arm parallel to the ground. Push back, pull over, push. Every time you turn your hand like that, you're working the rotator cuff muscle or cuff. I have to let my cat in, so just a second. Pause right there. Okay, she's in the house. She goes around the yard. She's afraid of most things, especially the grackles. Those blackbirds, cowbirds, starlings, grackles. They all look the same to me. Now I'm going to start to pivot a little bit so that I'll lift this heel up so I can push way back and pull way across. Pivot on the other side, lifting this heel up, and then push way back. Pull the palm, push the palm. Yeah, I don't know one blackbird from another, but they do crackle at her and she runs in the house. She's afraid of those birds. Now, let's see how your range of motion is. Can you go farther over and farther back? Boy, it's going to be a great day today. And you can do one more. Oh, wow. Just take the other one, back and forth in front. Check your palm. All right, push it back. Push. Pull the energy. Cross. Every time we cross the center of our body, we're using both sides of our head. Just leave it, Sue. She'll come out if she wants. No, she doesn't. She's afraid of the birds. Okay, here I go. I'm going to pivot a little bit. See what my range of motion is this morning with my shoulders. Let's just pause right here. Okay. And then we'll pause right here. And when we do that pivot in that big range of motion, we're twisting. So we're using our obliques that run along the sides of our body to do that twist. And we got to be careful, because if they're not warmed up, we could pull something in there that we don't want to pull. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Shake that out. So now we're just going to take our, doesn't matter which arm, just lift it right up straight, overhead, and back, and up straight, and back. So my palm is facing in, right? So I'm going to go up with it facing in, and I'm going to come down with it facing out. So up, out. Twist it at the top, and bring it down with the palm going the other way. That's it. So just straight overhead, I'm getting nice and tall, nice and vertical with the arm, and then coming back down, resting and going up, palm in, palm out. Rotator cuff is very important. You use it all day long. I'm going up and down 1 more time. Good. Let's just take this one up. How does that feel? Palms facing in, twist at the top. That feels a little bit weird. Palm in, straight up nice and tall, twist and come back down. Up. 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 1 more. Up. Okay, so this one's going up and this one's going up. But I got to come down with the twist. Up with it normal, down with the twist. Palm in, palm out. Whoops, the other side. Whoop, come on. Brain, you're supposed to be working for me here. That's it. Got it now. Well, I almost had it. 2 more. At least I'm trying to twist somewhere. Okay, shake it out. Good. Let's just do some shoulder shrugs. So we're going to push our shoulders into our ears, like that. And then we're going to push them, the palms into the ground, like that. Up, shoulders into the ears, palms into the ground. Shoulders into the ears, and palms into the ground. Where's my cat? I don't know. Shoulders into the ears, and palms into the ground. Good. Now with your shoulders relaxed, would you push them back? Stick out your torso. Try to keep your head in neutral. Relax and bring your shoulders forward and your arms look kind of weird, right? Round your back, shoulders forward. Stand up tall. and back and forward and back and forward. And one more, and back and forward. Good work. Oh, shake it out. One more part to the shoulders here. We're going to take our arm and we're going to bring it around in front of us. All the way around. Don't worry about your palm for this one. Just let it do whatever it does, your hand, and go around in circles. But make sure it's as straight as you can get it. Straight, straight, straight. Straight down, okay? So around we go. And it's not a fast movement because you're focusing on, is your arm straight? I think we're ready to go the other way. Up, keep it straight. Don't bend it at the elbow. Keep it close to your body. Look straight ahead. Don't turn your body like this. Look straight ahead. And other side, up and around and down. Keep the arm straight. The other way. I was going to finish the shoulders with this, but I think I'm going to do some swimming to end it. One more. Good. So your feet are shoulder width apart. You don't have to stand still for this, but what you're going to do is pretend you're in the pool and you're going to do the front crawl. So you reach out and grab the water and pull it back. Notice my shoulders are going around like this and then my hips are moving a little bit. That's okay. Let's not worry about the details for this one too much. Let's just pretend we're in the water and we're having a good swim. The YMCA pool is closed. The Y is closed. So we're still exercising and we're still in the water, right here in Robert's backyard. Let's do the backstroke. Oh, roll those shoulders. Pull that water. Don't worry about kicking your feet. But if you don't want to stand still, you can move. You can even do the backstroke and move forward. That's weird. Let's try it going back. Backstroke going forward. That's weird, right? How about the breaststroke? You push it out like this and you make 90-degree angles at your elbow and pull it back and push it out and pull it back. And push it out and pull it back. If you like to incorporate your legs into this, you can reach and pull it back. Switch, reach and pull it back. Reach and pull it back at 90 degrees. Reach, breaststroke. Breaststroke. Or you can just stand still and do it. Reach and pull it back. Or just move around a little bit with your feet and pull it back. Two more. One, breaststroke. Two, breaststroke. And yes, of course, you can't forget the butterfly. So the butterfly is up and up and up and up. Notice my legs, I'm doing a little bit of a squat there. They're shoulder width apart, but I'm rolling my shoulders the best I can. I think I should turn my palms too because it makes the shoulders roll. Breaststroke. I never did like this one. My head goes in the water to breathe, to move my body, to get more power in my shoulders. Whoa. That's your shoulders. We're moving next to the hips. Right, so the first thing we're gonna do is, because to get our hips moving, we gotta get up with the leg in the air a little bit, right? And that involves standing on one foot. So if you need your chair, you can do it without the chair or with the chair, it doesn't matter. Just get the chair here and hold it on. I'll hold on to it. And then this leg that's away from the chair over here, I'm gonna bring it up. And then I'm going to take it and push it back, that donkey kick. So it comes up, the knee comes up nice and high. And then I take my bent leg and I kick the donkey behind me so it goes up. Right, let's just do 10 of those. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Kick the donkey behind. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest for a second. I wasn't trying to show off. I just think that some of you probably can do some of the knee up and the donkey kick without holding on to anything. Okay? All right, good. So now we're going to hold on to the chair or not hold on to the chair, and we're going to bring our leg up, take it out to the side, bring it back up, out to the side, bring it back up, out to the side. No resting, up, out to the side. We're just doing 10 of these. Keep your body square. That means pointing straight ahead. Don't turn at your hips like that. Just let the legs move the hips. So 10 of these, right? 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, great, great. Yes, I do have my hips. They are, I'm feeling them. Okay, and then the last part to this is I'm just going to take my leg nice and straight and take it out to this. Take my leg nice and straight and take it out to the side, like that, and then out to the front, and then out to the back. And when I take it out to the back, don't bend over. Try to stay nice and tall. Out to the side, keep it straight, flex foot, out to the front, out to the back. Ooh, that's it. That's 2. Let's go. This is 3. This is 4. This one is 5. This one is 6. And that's all I'm going to do on that side. Chair over here. So I'm holding on or I'm not holding on. I'm bringing my knee up nice and high. I got my foot flexed, and then I kick the donkey. Or I am a donkey and I'm kicking something else. Right? So up, kick. So 1, 2, stand tall. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, kick it. 8, kick. 9, kick. 10, kick. Relax. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so I'm holding on or not holding on. Up comes the leg nice and high. Take it out to the side. Try to keep square to the front here and back. There's my cat again. But don't put your foot down on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh yes. Now my hips are alive. Are you ready? Hold on, not hold on. So the leg goes out to the side nice and straight, out to the front, out to the back without bending over. Now let's just try to make this a smooth transition throughout the 3 moves. Be careful. You're working your hips and a lot of other low back muscles too, and those core muscles deep inside your body. We were doing 6 of these, right? So there's 1, and then there's 5, and then there's 6. Oh, the hips. Don't you love the hips? Next is going to be the knees. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my feet together, my knees together, Well, sort of. Put my hands on top of my kneecaps, and I'm going to make little circles with my lower body and have my knees go around in a circle. So I'm not bending over too much. There's a little bit of a squat here. Knee circles. And without stopping, go the other way. Knees. Of course, your knees are connected to the top part of your leg and the bottom part of your leg. So those famous squats and lunges work the knees. Anytime you bend your leg, you're working the knees, right? Circles. Slow down a little bit, let go, and up we come. Good. So now when we do our squat, we're going to do, instead of the up and down in the chair kind of thing, we're going to do a shrimp squat to work those knees. So I'm going to hold on because you know what, I want to make sure that my legs are in the perfect position. So it doesn't matter whether or not I'm using the outside leg or the inside leg, but it feels better if maybe I'll turn my chair this way. It feels better if I use the outside leg for balance and squat with this one in the air. So when I do the squat, I just go straight down a little bit and come back up. I'm not bending over like this, right? I could bend a little bit, but not much. And my knee should be right over the middle of my foot. Not to the inside, not to the outside, right over the middle. So as I lift this one off the ground a little bit, don't worry about it yet, and do a little shrimp squat, see where the knee goes. Yep, that's pretty good. It's just a baby squat. Watching that knee go over the middle of my foot as I bend my leg. Okay, so that's how you're going to do it. But this leg here, it's going to be bent, and the higher up you get the heel, as you do the shrimp squat, the harder the shrimp squat's going to be. So if you just lift the leg off the ground, the bent leg off the ground a little bit, that's okay. Maybe we should try it that way first. So here I go. My leg is bent. One's closest to the chair. My knee's going to go over as I bend and balance on that foot. My knee goes over the middle of my foot. So I know it is, so I'm going to look straight ahead and I'm going to do 1, 2, take your time. 3, you don't have to go down very far. 4, the other leg is bent. 5, lift your heel if you want. 6, see if it makes it harder. 7, let go of the chair. 8, that's enough. Hold on to the chair. 9, 10. A lot to think about, eh? Yeah, let's take the chair and put it on the other side because we need it. Like so. So I'm going to balance on the foot that's away from the chair. Don't worry about this just yet. Look to see when I bend that leg if it goes over the middle of my foot. Yep, right there. Okay? So remember, the higher up my heel comes here, the harder the shrimp squat's going to be. So you can keep it low if you want, but we're going to do 1, check your knee. 2, that's good. Don't go down too far. 3, 4, this is my bad knee, which means I have arthritis in this knee. I was told that about 6 or 7 years ago. I was also told to do these shrimp squats to build up the muscle in the knee and other things, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, and that would ward off the arthritis. If the arthritis has no place to grow, it won't grow. If it's there and you do some muscle tissue buildup, it'll be pushed out of the way. And that's what's happened to me. I've been working it. I do a lot of walking, a lot of squatting, and a lot of shrimp squats, and a lot of circles with my knees. I think that's 10. Good. Okay. Other side. So I'm going to do the lunge. So that means the leg that's closest to the chair is going out in front, and the other leg is going back as far as I want it to go, but I want to make sure that I'm straight, vertical, because I'm going down like an elevator and coming back up. The front leg has got to go over top of the middle of my foot. I'm balancing on the balls of my feet on the back leg. So I'm going straight down and up. Better check my knee first. Yep, that's good. Now I can look straight ahead. Just 10 of these lunges. It's a static lunge, meaning that I'm not going forward and back. Some people walk when they do a lunge. 4 more. 4. The lower you go, the harder it is. 5, 6, 7. I think that's 10. When you get older, sometimes you can't count. Okay. This leg closest to the chair, I'm going to put that forward. Take the other one back. Where's the chair? I need the chair. Maybe I don't. So I'm going straight down and up, but not too far. I'm on the balls of my back foot. My knee at the front here is going over the middle of my other foot. And I'm going to do 1, 2 lunges, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Chair, push up. Oh, yes. Good work. Way to work those knees. Okay. So we've done some shoulders, done some hips, done some knees. So since we've covered most of the major muscle groups, oh, by the way, we've done pushing and pulling. We've done squats. We've done lunges, 3 of the big 5. When we get down on the mat, we're going to do the push-up and we're going to do the bridge. That'll be the big 5 looked after. And we'll also do our Stuart McGill down there. But before we do, let's just do our Golden 8, because the Golden 8 can be used as a warm-up, it can be used as a cool-down, or it can also be used to just work the whole body, especially if you don't talk. So just follow along, I'll do it very slowly. I'm up on the balls of my feet. Down come my heels. I'm up on the balls of my feet. Down come my heels. Lean back. Lean forward. Lean back. Lean forward. Lean back. Lean all the way forward and touch the floor maybe. Feet are shoulder width apart. Curl up. 1 vertebrae at a time. Curl up 1 vertebrae at a time. 1 more. A little bit of a squat and look back. One more on each side. Push into the floor with those feet. Think about it. Push into the floor with the feet. Kegel in your pelvic floor. That does not mean squeeze your glutes. It means Kegel muscles in the pelvic floor. Stop the urine from coming out of your urethra. Kegel muscles. Hold the Kegels. Kegel, Kegel, Kegel. Are you still kegling? Keep kegling. We didn't do all the golden 8 because we're going to use the balance portion to incorporate some of the golden 8. So let's do the balance exercises next. So I am going to use a wall. Hey, there's one. And I'm going to lift the outside leg. So there's the wall, the leg that's going to be balanced, working out on that one, and I lift this one up here. And I'm going to take this leg and make figure 8s with it. And I can keep the leg low, the foot low to the ground, or I can raise it up, but keep the leg pretty straight and make figure 8s. Now you say, well, that looks like a hip exercise. Yes, it is, but we're going to do the archer from the golden 8. And in order to do that, we've got to be ready to get one leg high in the air like this and be balanced on the other one and let go from the wall. If you can't, hold on to the wall, put the leg down. When you're ready, get the leg up, let go from the wall. I'm balancing on one leg with this leg in the air. If it's too hard, hold on to the wall. Put the leg down. Okay, here we go again. Up goes the leg. Let go from the wall. And then turn and push way out like this. Back. Yeah. So my foot's flat down. As my leg bends, my knee goes over the middle of my foot. And the archer, it's like a bow and arrow kind of thing. If you like this, add that. If you just like this, add that. And then when you come back, you're balancing on this leg. You got to get the leg up, turn, maybe hold the wall, and come down. So let's try it again. We're holding onto the wall, balancing on the inside leg, lift the leg up, let go of the wall, turn, and push away. Come back, lift the leg up. Maybe no wall. Good. I'm going to do it the other way now. So I'm going to turn around. Holding onto the wall, lift the leg up, let go of the wall. Wall, leg down. Maybe you don't have to worry about that. You can just stand here. Maybe you need the wall. Have a rest. Okay, here we go. Up. I'm going to turn. Push away. Push away. Push away. Push away. Here we go. Balance on that leg. Up. Maybe a wall. And come down. Do it one more time. Wall, no wall. Up. Turn and push away. Make sure your knee is over the middle of your foot. And here we go. Back. Balance. Up. wall. That was the archer. That was a little balance. Now we're going to get down on the mat and do some of those fun things down there. I'm in the table position. I'm going to do a little bit of a cow-cat. So I'm going to arch my back, suck my belly button in, and then I'm going to let my tummy go toward the floor, stick my bum up a little bit, and do a cow and a cat and a cow. What I'm looking for is neutral. I'm looking for no cow, no cat. One more cow cat. Okay, neutral is right about there. So when I'm in neutral, holding myself in that perfect neutral position activates my multifidi or multifidus muscles that are on either side of my spine, core muscles. So I'm trying to keep that position. So without anything here moving, no cows, no cats, I'm going to take my arm and bring it up and see if I'm watching in the camera here. You can feel whether or not you're arching in any way, any cows and any cats happening. Right. That looked pretty good. I'll try the other side. Lift the arm up, see if anything moves. I don't want anything to move. That seems to be okay. I wonder if I just take one leg and straighten it out, but don't lift it up because that arches my back. I can see my back arching there. Just keep my leg low, balancing on two hands and the knee. Tripod here with my leg off the ground a little bit. That seems to be okay. Yes, we are doing it. And I'm going to straighten this one. Good. Not too high, that arches it. I can see it moving. Keep it down there. Okay, that's pretty good. Now I'm going to go to the next level. I'm going to try to get my arm and the opposite leg, keeping it low, so nothing in my low back moves. Now, come on, that makes my back move. Right about there. I got my leg really low and my arm is there. Hold it. Trying to focus in on the multifidus or multifidi muscles that are on either side of our spine. Of course, they come through our legs and through our butt. So if we move our butt, like by moving our leg, it makes the muscles move. We don't want them to move. We want them to be stable. So I think I'm on the other side now. I'm going to take this arm and the opposite leg, straighten it and keep it low. And hold it. How long? 10 seconds would be nice. Okay, and relax. So what you could do is just get yourself in this table position in neutral and hold it for 10 seconds. Then you could take one arm and straighten it out and hold that for 10 seconds. See if your low back moves. Doesn't feel like it's moving. One leg. Other leg. Yep. And then an arm and a leg, all for 10 seconds. So let's do the arm and the leg. Keep the leg low. And make little circles with our fingers and our toes. Little tiny ones, but don't let the low back move. That's a challenge. As soon as you turn your toes around in little circles, your hips go, do you need me? Are you going to make big circles? No. Okay, let's try the other side. So leg goes out, maybe. Keep the leg low, the toes down there low. Maybe they're the big toes even on the ground, but I want you to lift it up a little bit because I want you to make circles with your toes and circles with your fingers. And watch your low back. At least if you can't watch, feel to see if anything's moving. Okay, that's number one, Stuart McGill, working the core muscles. And now we're going to do number 2. You know number 2. It's a side plank. So I rest on my forearm with my shoulder over top of my elbow. I bend my legs, stack them, bend them, so they're back, and then I look from my shoulder down from my belly button to my knees. Is it nice and straight? I don't want to be like this. I don't want to be like that. I want to be nice and straight from here all the way down. And then I put my hand in front of me here because I'm going to lift my hips up, right? Lift my hips as high as I can. You're either pushing with the fingertips or you're just stabilizing yourself with this hand. But your hips are nice and high and you're pushing down on your forearm. A little bit of your feet are working, but not much. All right, so we're going to do these positions. So I'm going to go up and with my hand here, get my hips nice and high. 1, 2, hand straight up over top of the shoulder. 3, 2, 1, rest. So if you go through it at that speed, your hips are up for about 10 seconds before you rest again. Let's see if it's straight here. Nice and straight. Get my legs back a little bit. Nice and straight. Here we go. Up we go. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Only one more time. We're working our transverse abdominis muscles that go around here like a girdle, and our multifidus or multifidae muscles that come from our legs, through our bum, and into our back to support our spine, especially the lower part. We go, hands in position, push down on the forearm, and we go 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, rest. Okie doke. Stuart McGill, University of Waterloo. One of the best back specialists in the world. So I'm on my other forearm. My elbow's below my shoulder. I don't want to be like this, and I don't want to be like that. I want to be just perpendicular right there. Okay. My legs are stacked. Just check my shoulder down through my belly button to my knees. Hands in position. Up we go with the hip as high as you can get it. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Rest. And up as high as you can get it. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, rest. That's a cardinal. That's a cardinal. Ready? Last time. Up as high as you can get it. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Rest. And then the third one, the last one, Stuart McGill's last one, is lying on your back with your legs bent. Now I'm going to just see, do I have an arch in my low back there? Yep, we should have an arch in your low back when you're lying down. I'm going to put my hands underneath there so I can feel with my knuckles the low back. I don't want the low back to make any movement at all. And I want my knuckles to be sensing that to see if they move. Don't move, low back. Knuckles, you do your job. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to straighten one leg. How about this one? I'll straighten it and I'll flex my foot, which means I point my toes way up to the sky. The other leg is flat and bent. Okay? And then I'm going to, when I'm ready, I'm going to lift my head off the floor, just my head, a little tiny bit. Now, think about your low back and feel your low back with your knuckles as you lift your head up a little tiny bit. and put it down. Now to do this properly, that leg that's straight with the flexed foot has to be really, really tight, and it has to be pushed into the floor with your brain. Use your brain to push it and get it really tight. Tighten everything right up to your bum on that side. Okay? The other one is bent and relaxed and doing nothing, and your knuckles are working on feeling your low back, and everything's tight, and your foot is flexed, and up goes your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep it low. 6. Off the ground though. 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest. Now I'm going to switch legs. So this one is going to be straight, foot is going to be flexed, and everything's going to be pushing down, and everything's going to be tight on that side. The other one's bent, the foot's flat, the hands are underneath with the knuckles feeling my low back. And when I'm ready, everything's tight on that straight leg, foot's flexed, up goes my head a little tiny bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want my low back to move in any way at all when I lift my head up. 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest. Here we go. Everything's tight on that straight leg. Feel the low back with your knuckles and really push down with your brain into that low leg. Tighten up right up to the butt. And up my head goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest. And I'm going to do the other side one more time, and when I'm done this Stuart McGill big 3 exercises. So straighten the leg, flex the foot, push the leg into the floor, tighten up everything on that side of your lower body. And when you're ready, are your knuckles ready? Up we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep my head up only a little bit. 5, 6, 7. Head's in neutral. 8, 9, 10. Rest. Take my hands out and slowly turn on my side. Slowly sit up. Slowly flip myself around so that I'm back into the table. Right? Now my hands are coming out further, and my big toes are coming together, and my knees are going apart. And then I'm going to push my hips into my heels and lower my body down, and my armpits go into the ground too. And then I slowly come back up, and then I go back down again slowly. Resting child, here I come. Get lower, push your hips back, and then come up slowly. This time when we get down there, we're going to hold it. So my toes are together, my knees are wide apart, lots of room for my hips to get down there on my heels, and my arms are as straight as they can be, and my armpits are almost touching, and my nose is almost touching, but not quite. My hips are really low, and I'm holding it. 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. And then I come up slowly, and I take my toes apart, put them back in line with my knees, and then I bring my body forward, and my belly button is heading to the ground, and my arms are pretty straight, but they're bent a little bit. So my belly button comes down, then I go back up. I don't hold it there very long. I hope your knees are on nice soft carpets somewhere, or pads of some sort, like a towel. Belly button comes down. Go back up. This time when I go down, I'm going to hold it down there. And my back is arching, and I'm looking straight ahead, kind of like a cobra. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and slowly come back up. Okay, so I'm just going to go through it twice. The resting child, then into the cobra, resting child, then into the cobra, and then I'm done. So when I'm in the resting child, my toes come together. When I'm in the cobra, they come apart. So as I'm going back now, I'm going to start by bringing my toes together, and here we go. We'll do them twice. Here goes the resting child slowly. Hips way back. Slowly come up. Toes come apart. I'm going into my cobra. Hips come back. Toes come in. Resting child. Last time. Hips come up. Toes come apart. Cobra. Hips come into neutral. Hands go back. Sit down. One exercise that I do for my spine, I did every day. I went to the YMCA because they had some bars at the YMCA in the weight room where I could hold on to and just hang from the bars, and my toes would just barely touch the ground. So now that I can't do that here at home, and I don't have any trees that I can hang from that are just the right height off the ground, if you're lucky enough to have somebody else at your house, this is the exercise that we'll do in place of that hanging that you would do from a bar or a tree branch. So I'm going to use my wife as in this demonstration. So she's the lucky one, but I get to work out a little bit too, but she's the lucky one to get her spine stretched. And she's just lying on the ground. She's got her head on a pillow, a little pillow, not much of a pillow. And it could be a block, a yoga block. Anyway, and her legs are straight out, and I'm sitting here in a squat position. But because my one knee has a little bit of a problem, I instead of being in the full squat position like this, which I could be in, I sometimes put my other knee down, and this one's up a little higher. So I hold on to the bottom of her heels. I'm in the squat position. I raise her legs off the ground about that high, not very high. She just relaxes. And then I pull back away from her head with their legs straight, and the heels are off the ground just a little bit. And I just hold it there, and I say to her, or she says to me when she's doing it to me, "Is that okay? Does it feel all right?" And she goes, "Yep, that feels pretty good." And I just hold it. How long? If you can get somebody to do this for you, get them to hold it for about a minute or so before they relax. Okay? That's the exercise. I'm going to take my feet and put them flat. I'm going to grab underneath and grab my wrists. Shimmy my arms up underneath my knees there and arch my back a little bit. Pelvic tilt, sit up tall, keep your head in neutral. Just hold it. So we did some brain gym. Keep holding this. This is a stretch. Sit up nice and tall. Pull in underneath your knees, holding onto the wrists. We started everything off today with brain gym exercises, crossovers. I think we did an owl in there, did a Cooks Hookup, and we did a lot of crossovers that were dynamic, you know, crossing our legs and our arms. That was our warm-up. And then we did some, I think, we did some shoulder stuff. Are you still holding this? Because that's been 1 minute. We did some shoulder stuff, and then we did some hips and then we did some knees. And I think after that, we went into the Golden 8 and did some weird Golden 8 stuff with some balancing in there somewhere. After the Golden 8, we did some archers and balanced on one leg and stuff. Okay, that's 2 minutes so you can relax. Good. So I'm going to now, last one here, I'm going to lie down slowly. My feet are bent, my head's down. It feels good. Take one leg and put it across and above the knee, like so. Lift your legs off the ground. That's level 1. If you want, you can grab underneath here and pull everything in, or you can even grab on top and pull everything in. You can even pull this leg forward and this one back. You could do that. So you can hold on anywhere you want to hold on, but pull everything in toward your head. Okay, you got it? Whatever level you're at, you could be just lying here like this with your feet up a little tiny bit. This could be you. This could be you, or this could be you. But it's going to be you for 2 minutes. So hold it, hold it. Yeah, so we were doing the archer, some Golden 8, and then we did the balancing with the archer stuff. Sounds like we did some more hips, but we did balancing things. And then we got down on the mat, and we did the 3 Stuart McGills exercises for our lumbar spine, the table, and then we did that one where we're stacking ourselves on our sides and doing the bridge, the side bridge. Yep. And then we did the pancake where we're lying flat on our back with one leg straight. That's been a minute. Hold it, you guys, hold it. I'm going to put my head down and rest for a sec. But keep pulling in, pull in, pull in, pull in. Remember, our stretches are only really stretches if we hold them for 2 minutes. It gives your brain a chance to figure out what you're doing. Yeah, so we did those Stuart McGill things, and then we went from that to the resting child and the cobra. That's another low back exercise and a hip exercise. It's really, really popular and really good for you. As long as you do the Stuart McGill ones too, where you're working the lumbar spine, you want that to be strong. You're almost there, you're almost there. Good, and then we're going to untangle, and we're going to put our feet down, and shift our hips and roll on our side. And when we're ready, we're going to sit up. And just before we get up, remember how we sat like this? Well, you're going to put your hands either beside you like this, pointing out, or behind you like this, pointing back, or in front of you, pointing, I don't care, or some combination of that. Wherever you can sit here and watch the fireworks, or watch what's going on in the yard on a nice sunny day. And then push with your hands and your feet and see if you can lift your hips off the ground to do another bridge. Because remember the big 5 that are incorporated in every workout that we do? Remember? There's a bridge. Yep. And there's a push-up. Have we done that yet? No. We're going to. There's a push-up. And then there's a push-pull. Push-pull. And lunges and squats. Those are the 5, but we haven't done that push-up. So here we go. We're going to push up with our hips and come back down. Can you stay here, or do you have to come and have a rest? I don't care. And if you can't even do this, you can sit here like this and watch. You could, or you can just sit here and watch like this. But I'd like you to put your hands down, your feet flat, and sit like this at least. Maybe with a little bit of this going on. But let's do a push-up again. Push our knees forward. Our head goes back into neutral. It's an upside down push-up. And I'm going to rest right here and do another one. I'm going to rest right here. The third one here, the last one, I'm going to hold it a little longer. If you need to rest, you just stop. But I'm going to see how strong I'm feeling today. My knees go forward, my hips go up high, my head goes back in neutral, my arms are really straight. I'm pushing with my hands, and my arms are tight, and my feet are pushing into the bottom of my feet, feeling all the pressure points in the bottom of my feet. Get my hips up high. And then I'm coming down to here, and I'm shaking out those arms. Holy catfish. Oh, maybe I should twist my shoulders and do some rotator cuff. I don't know, shake the leg. Get some blood into that leg. I gotta get up. I gotta go and do the drink up, the special drink up today, and then go for my bike ride on my new bike. I can hardly wait to get going. How am I gonna get up? Well, you can turn on your side and get into the table and then get up the way you would if you were doing Reach for Happiness. Or you can do this again. You can get up, move your heels in. Legs are pretty wide. Get your hands up on the fingers. See the fingers? Bring one arm in front. Hey, that's pretty good. Because if I can go all the way into the front and get my hands down and lift my hips up, I'm just in that bend for health position where I curl up one vertebrae at a time. We're up. Let's finish off with a Cooks Hookup. And then we're going to do the drink up. I hope you enjoyed today. It's a great day here. I hope you're somewhere where it's great. Let's just think positive things. So we're going to cross our leg over, put the feet beside each other, except they're crossed at the ankles. Cross the other way on top. Grab the fingers and cross them up. Bring your arms and your hands go on your heart. Close your eyes and don't fall over. And let's be quiet for 20 seconds. Open your eyes. Untangle. Untangle. Have a great day. Join me for the drink up. Welcome to the drink up, and today it's a special drink up. You can see right here I've got my blender. It's a Vitamix. I bought it years and years ago at the Costco store, and I've used it every day ever since. And today I'm going to make a smoothie, which I usually make maybe twice a week. I make a smoothie, and I make enough for my son to have a little bit of a sip and my wife to have some and I have some. So I'm going to show you my smoothie recipe. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in to my blender here, my Vitamix, I'm going to put in some fresh avocados. So it's just maybe 2 little avocados cut up. They're going in. I have to have those fresh avocados. And then I'm going to use some kale. Now kale, I grew kale in my garden last year, and I had so much of it I froze it. So this is last year's kale, and it came out of the freezer, so it's going in there. Good bunch of kale. And I've grown some more kale this year outside. I've got a new garden outside. I'll show you that someday. So I got the kale. And then I always put in a little bit of maple syrup. So just a little bit there. I put some maple syrup in. Yep, got the maple syrup in there. And then I'll add a little bit of coconut. Just a little bit of coconut. And a few dates. These are pitted dates. They don't have any pits in them, so a few dates. I never measure too much because I've made this smoothie so many times. And I have to put in some peanut butter. So this is all natural smooth peanut butter. Nothing in it but peanuts. So a nice little tablespoon of peanut butter. Nice big tablespoon of peanut butter. Right, I better get that spoon out of there before I start grinding things up. And then besides the peanut butter, I need either some kefir, which is a type of sour milk. Some kefir, but I don't have any right now, so I'm going to use some yogurt. And this yogurt is natural, it doesn't have anything in it. Just ordinary yogurt. So put some scoops of that in there, 2 or 3. I want to keep my gut healthy because if you have a healthy gut, usually everything else is healthy. So my yogurt's in. And then I need, I'm going to need my protein powder, which I buy, and I put about a capful like that in there. Protein powder. Well, let's not forget the fruit. So today I'm going to use, and it's usually frozen, and I buy it from the grocery store when it's on sale. So today I'm going to use wild blueberries. Lots of antioxidants in the wild blueberries. By the way, cranberries and currants have lots of antioxidants too. So I got the wild blueberries in there. And then, just for fun, I'm going to add some, if I can get the bag open, I'm going to add some strawberries, some frozen strawberries. If I had fresh ones, I'd put them in. Fresh strawberries, frozen strawberries, whatever. I need some coconut water. And I buy this coconut water usually at a place like Food Basics. There's different kinds of coconut water. This is a nice big can. It cost me 99 cents for that can. I usually buy about 24 cans when they're on special. And they're not on special that often, but it's not made from a concentrate. I never drink anything that's made from a concentrate. Don't drink it. Even in juices, if it says it's from a concentrate, don't. They took all the goodness out of whatever it is you're drinking, and they added water and sugar. So that's what a concentrate is, but not from a concentrate. This is fresh, and it's pure, and there's nothing in it. It says right on here, coconut water. That's it. If it's got anything else in it, I don't buy it. So coconut water, and there's about a half a can in there left from the last smoothie I made a couple of days ago, so it's going in. And I think I got pretty much everything. Oh, I know. I need some milk, and I don't use regular milk. I use either almond milk, which really isn't milk, or I use this soy beverage, fortified soy beverage. And this is vanilla flavored. I use this because my dietitian told me that to keep really healthy in terms of my heart and my arteries, I should drink this soy milk. So I'm going to. Some people, soy doesn't agree with them, so I'm going to add the soy milk. That's enough. So I sort of guess at all the ingredients, amounts that I'm putting in, but I know what ingredients I'm using. That's pretty good. So I'm going to put the lid on. And if you don't like the maple syrup, you could use some really tasty organic honey, but not today. We'll use maple syrup. So the spoon's not in there. I turn my thing on. but I forgot two things. So I buy this hemp hearts. Hemp hearts, good for your all-around health. And I'll put a nice heaping tablespoon in there of the hemp hearts. And the flax, the ground flaxseed. And I don't put it in the smoothie because my wife can't handle it. Her system, her digestive system can't handle the flax. So I just put a nice heaping teaspoon in my cup. And maybe one in my son's cup. Okay? I don't put it in the blender. I just mix it around in the cup afterwards. But anyway, I put the hemp in there better. Mix that up. And I can tell, I've made this so often, how long to blend it. That's enough. It's on high speed. Everything that was in there, like the dates and the avocado and the coconut and stuff, they're all ground right up. And so I'll pour some of that. And you'll see how thick. Oh, I forgot something else too. How could I be so silly? I need a banana. How could I forget the magic banana? Almost. It goes in. Banana. Is it organic? Sometimes I buy organic, but most of the time I don't. Anyway, here we go again. So there's three things that I put in here that make it creamy. The avocado makes it creamy. The banana makes it creamy. And the yogurt or the kefir makes it creamy. Here we go. Into my drink up cup. And I had some flaxseed in there, so I better stir my flaxseed in. Yum. Drink up.